a storm like no other. When the seas boiled and the winds howled, nature wrote a new chapter in history. Yesterday, the 28th October 2025, Hurricane Melissa roared through Jamaica with the might of a monster, and now it has made landfall in Cuba, leaving peril and devastation in its wake. Could this be the hurricane of the century? Hurricane Melissa began its life as a tropical wave off the west coast of Africa around mid-October. By October 21st, it had developed into Tropical Storm Melissa. What made it especially dangerous was the unusually warm Caribbean Sea and sluggish steering currents, meaning the storm lingered and drew up huge amounts of energy. But Melissa didn't creep up, it exploded. In less than 24 hours, it surged from a tropical storm to a Category 5 hurricane. At its peak before landfall in Jamaica, it registered sustained winds of around 185 miles per hour and an estimated central pressure near 892 millibars, tying it with some of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes on record. 185-mile-per-hour winds are well above the minimum 157-mile-per-hour wind speed of a Category 5 storm, the highest level on the Saffir-Simpson scale. Scientists say this kind of extreme intensification is made more likely by warmer ocean temperatures and ample moisture, a pattern increasingly associated with climate change. Late Tuesday, Melissa made landfall in Jamaica's southwestern region near the town of New Hope as a Category 5 storm, the strongest ever recorded to hit the island. The parish of St. Elizabeth was reported to be underwater, with widespread floods. More than 500,000 homes lost power. While officials have not yet confirmed total fatalities as of the latest reports, there were confirmed deaths during storm preparations in Jamaica and several in nearby islands. Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared the island a disaster area. Agriculture, infrastructure and homes took massive hits, and the tourism-dependent economy now faces a long road to recovery. Within hours of striking Jamaica, Melissa barreled into eastern Cuba early Wednesday near Chivirico, making landfall as a Category 3 hurricane with sustained winds around 115 to 120 miles per hour. Cuba evacuated more than 735,000 people in provinces like Granma, Santiago de Cuba, Guantanamo, and Holguin. Forecasts warned of up to 25 inches of rain in mountainous areas and storm surges reaching up to 12 feet. After Cuba, Melissa is expected to sweep across the southeastern Bahamas and may approach Bermuda later this week. So what sets Hurricane Melissa apart? Let's compare. Hurricane Katrina in 2005 had maximum sustained winds around 175 miles per hour and caused the major flooding of New Orleans. Hurricane Dorian in 2019 made a catastrophic landfall in the Bahamas at around 185 miles per hour, becoming one of the deadliest. And Hurricane Maria in 2017 was a Category 5 at landfall in Puerto Rico, leading to nearly 3,000 deaths. Melissa recorded 185-mile-per-hour winds at its Jamaica landfall, tying the strongest landfall winds in the Atlantic basin. It also intensified faster and over warmer waters than many previous major storms, a troubling sign of shifting tropical cyclone behavior. For Jamaica, it is already being called the storm of the century. Why did Melissa become so extreme? 3 key factors were at play. First, warm ocean waters. The Caribbean Sea had sea surface temperatures about 2 to 3 degrees Celsius above average, giving the storm extra fuel. Second, low wind shear, which allowed the storm to stay vertically aligned and intensify without being torn apart. And third, its slow movement, which meant prolonged exposure of land areas to destructive winds and rainfall. Climate scientists caution that while not every hurricane will be like Melissa, the probability of rapid intensification and high-end storms is going up. Hurricane Melissa's legacy won't just be the damage. It's a wake-up call for Gulf and Atlantic coast nations, for small islands and large continents, for insurers, governments and communities. The challenges are immense. Recovery efforts in Jamaica, Cuba and the Bahamas will require huge amounts of aid, rebuilding and infrastructure upgrades. We need better preparedness, including more accurate forecasting, stronger buildings and resilient power and communication systems. And we need real climate action, reduced emissions, adaptation funding, and international support for vulnerable nations. Because the question isn't if another Melissa-type storm will hit, it's when. Hurricane Melissa showed us how powerful and unforgiving nature can be. But it also showed human resilience, solidarity, and the power of forewarned communities. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share this video to spread awareness. Also, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.